This is the Bleav in Pro Wrestling podcast. Here's Rick Ucchino and SP3 on the Bleav Podcast Network.
Well, why not? How about a special Saturday afternoon edition of the Bleav in Pro Wrestling podcast? If you did not know, and judging by the viewership, you don't, there is an NXT premium live event, pay-per-view. I don't know what you want to call it. It's in your house tonight. All right. It's in your house.
My house?
And you can watch it in your house. You can watch in your house, or someone else's house, or a bar, maybe a bar. I don't know. It's on tonight. And so Jeremy and I, thanks to some technical difficulties on my end this week, weren't able to do our NXT review show. We thought, hey, we'll do something special. We'll come on a Saturday afternoon on our God-given day off, like we have those. And we'll just run down this card here a little bit and do a in-your-house NXT prediction show. So why the hell not? Jeremy, how we doing?
What's up? Good to be on. It feels like it's been a while. You know, we had a week off and then some technical difficulties.
Yeah. I decided to have a life one Tuesday night. Went to a buddy's birthday party at Great American Ballpark. The game sucked, but the beer was nice.
Wow.
And then, last week I'm halfway through the show, and good old YouTube TV goes out, and I'm like, well, this is problematic. Thankfully, I got it back in time to watch a hella episode of Dynamite on Wednesday. But still, regardless, we are here. We are ready to rock and roll. Real quick, as I pull up my script here, because I am well prepared as always. We got to thank our friends over at Bet Online. They are your continued number one source for all of your betting needs and sports information. Find all the latest odds, news, sports developments, including this year's NBA Finals. The NHL Conference Finals are going on. You can put bets there. Major League Baseball is in full swing. Jeremy, by the way, the Reds had the third best record in all of baseball in the month of May.
Oh my!
They're starting 3-22. You could have bet on that at Bet Online. They also got fighting news, next season's NFL futures. Head on over to the website. Use your mobile device to sign up today. Receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. All you got to do, I said 50%, by the way. All you have to do is use our promo code Bleav to get started. That is BLEAV, and you are ready to go. You are into the action. Bet Online, where the game starts. And believe it or not, we have a 6-match card to run.
Doubled it
doubled it in a week. Very nice of WWE to remember they have 2 events, because as of Monday we had 4 matches for Hell in a Cell and 3 for
and
NXT
still no
House.
SmackDown matches on it.
As of this recording, yes, we'll see if anything has been added afterwards, because we are recording this right before SmackDown. So they may add a match or 2 tonight. We shall see. 6 is a nice round number. I should be in bed by 10:30 on Sunday night. That would be perfectly fine with me. And I think the card's going to be fine just the way it is. Just like I think this card is going to be fine just the way it is. By the way, if you want to see our predictions for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view on Sunday, that is up right now in its entirety. Myself, SP3, and Connor Casey from comicbook.com. Oh, and by the way, I have an interview with Damian Priest up on the website right now, talking about the Judgment Day, his partnership and friendship with Edge, when we found out Rhea Ripley was going to be a part of the Judgment Day. Oh, and also who he would like to be in the group with him. I said who. If he had one choice, he told me who he wants to align with himself, Edge and Rhea Ripley. Really good stuff as always with Damian Priest. Check that out here on the Bleav in Pro Wrestling podcast YouTube channel. While you're here, give us the thumbs up, give us the subscribe, turn on the notifications. We love you. We appreciate you. Jeremy, let's dive into this. I don't even think arguably is the word to use here. The most entertaining segments for the last few weeks on NXT have surrounded the families. Legado del Fantasma, Tony D and Two Dimes and the boys. Everything's coming full circle. Everything's coming to a head tonight. NXT in your house, 6-man tag team action. Which family is finally going to take the stranglehold on it's not black and gold. I guess it's orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Who's taking
every other color but that?
Every other color, yes. Who's taking it all?
This is a tough one, man. It's a toss up. You know, I think it'd be entertaining to have Tony lead the whole faction, the whole family. But I'm gonna go with the more established team here and have Legado win, unless they're because they're not going to get called up because the loser joins the other one's faction. So these teams are sticking around for a while, which I like the stipulation. I think it's gonna, again, you said it. This has been some of the most entertaining stuff NXT's done leading up to this premium live event. And so I am going to go with the more established team here with Legado.
It is extremely hard, right? Because when you look at Tony D, this is somebody who they're obviously building up. This is a guy that they want to be one of their big stars in NXT. He still has some work to do. He's not main roster ready yet, but his character work has been fantastic. This entire feud has been great to watch. These two families, teams, they work really well and play well off of one another. I mean, Santos Escobar is a damn star, man. Like, he needs to be on the main roster yesterday. And this is something that we haven't, that we've talked about ad nauseum on this program about already. But if one of these two is going to be under the wing of the other, I almost think you got to give it to Legado because they never win any big matches, like ever.
No.
Ever. Like, the last big match Santos won was what? When he won the Cruiserweight Championship, for the love of God. Like, this guy
they're kind of they're more of the heel team than Tony and Stacks and Two Dimes. I think they're more of the heel, and I think having the heel win this is going to be your best in terms of entertainment value and booking going forward. However long this is going to last, I'm not sure how long it'll last, but this is very interesting, and it's going to be pretty fun to see a 6-man faction of all 6 of these guys in NXT.
I'm drawing a blank. Who hit who with the because there was a one-on-one match between Santos and Tony D. Who got the win?
Santos hit Tony with the brass knucks.
With the brass knucks, right? So
and
Santos won that match.
That's what continued the because that's what continued the feud because he cheated to win.
Right. Okay. Then I'm going with Tony D, Stacks, and Two Dimes. I think they'll get the win, even though it should be Legado del Fantasma. We have a number of championship matches on this card, 5 of them to be, as a matter of fact. And we'll start with the only active women's tag team champions in the entire company right now. You got Toxic Attraction against Kaden and Katana. Hell of a segment I missed when my internet went out this past week. Jeremy, I heard that got absolutely rave reviews.
Yeah, it was a good segment. Love the sleeping the sleeping diving splash by Wendy Choo onto Mandy over a table. I feel like it's been long overdue to put the titles on Katana and Caden Carter. So I am going to go with the title change here that Katana and Caden take the titles because it's been way long overdue.
I think this is kind of a crutch of mine, and I try not to say it, and I've already said it once on this show. I think Toxic Attraction as a group is badly, sorely needed on Friday Night SmackDown, and I'd love to see them go up sooner rather than later. So if this is part of the process of getting them up there, fine, fantastic, go for it. But I think I actually think they're going to retain, and not to put the cart before the horse here. I don't think it's quite time for Mandy Rose to drop the NXT Women's Championship yet, even though I love Wendy Choo. We'll get to that matchup coming here real soon.
Yeah,
I still think the best route to go to solve this entire women's tag team title process is to do a unification tag team tournament. You can do 4 women's tag teams from NXT, then you can create 2 more and do 4 women's tag teams on the women's side on the main roster, and actually condense these down into one solid tag team championships, just like you have done for the men on the main roster. I think that would make total sense for them to do.
Because on top of that, you have veterans that have been coming over to NXT lately, AJ Styles, Natalia. So you could just continue to do that with the tag champions if they're on a main roster team.
Yes, exactly. And that opens up your division so much more if you do that. And if that would be the case, that's where I would have Toxic Attraction drop the belts. I wouldn't have them win the tournament, but I would have them at least make it to the finals to defend and try to unify their tag team titles. That said, I don't think that's the direction that WWE is going to go, but they don't even know what direction they want to go, according to reports at this point.
Reports at this point are that those plans are dead.
Yeah, because they can't actually sit down and figure out tag teams.
How they can't even figure out their own world. They can't even figure out their. They can't even figure out their own world champion right now, let alone a women's tag team. They can't even figure anything out right now. It seems like so.
There was a WrestleVotes tweet that came out Friday, right? Where them talking about how they're like disappointed with the SmackDown roster and the lack of depth on it. And I'm like, mother effers, you set the rosters. You make up the rules. If you're ticked off that it's unbalanced, fix it. It's not hard. Poor Lacey Evans was debuted back on SmackDown, moved over to Raw, and now has reportedly been moved back to SmackDown again.
She's a ping pong.
Jesus. Is that why they pulled her off of Raw? Or, I mean, because I know they gave her the whole.
They used that excuse, yeah.
The excuse that she had flexed too much at the Indianapolis 500 or wherever the heck.
NASCAR it was the NASCAR. I think it was the NASCAR race. But yeah, no, that was a stupid excuse. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm stalling because I can't make up my mind. I want Caden and Casey to win this match because I think they are highly undervalued and underutilized. I think they're a really, really good tag team. I've been a big fan of Casey Catanzero's, and yes, I'm going to call her by her government name for a long time. But I just got this feeling that Toxic Attraction is going to retain. I wish I could say the same for Pretty Deadly because over the last few weeks, I've actually become a big fan of theirs after not knowing much about them. Other than they were featured heavily on NXT UK for a while. They are very weird. They are strange. They are colorful. They're emphatic. There's so many words to describe them, but this has got to be the Creed brothers time, right? This is if now is not the time, when? Like seriously, like I think this has got to go down. I'm picking the Creeds to win this because they should have won it a long ass time ago.
Well, I disagree with you, Rick. There is more of a story of what Roddy threw down this Tuesday on NXT. If the Creeds lose, they're out of the diamond mine. So I think to continue to stir that pot with the level of uncertainty within Diamond Mine, I think the Creeds are going to lose, and it's going to set up a feud between the Creeds and Damon Kemp and Roderick Strong. I think there's more of a story there by having the Creeds lose this. Plus, Pretty Deadly hasn't held those titles for too long. I don't think now's the time to take it off. But the bigger story here is the implosion of the Diamond Mine and seeing where it goes from here.
I mean, with Stokely Hathaway now, firmly in the camp of the baddies and Jade
perfect
Cargill.
Place to put him too. By the way,
love it. By the way, did you hear about the coin that he turned down from WWE? Quarter mil.
I would sell out for a quarter mil. I would sell out for a quarter mil.
I'd sell out for $75,000.
Yeah, I would too.
Like seriously.
Let's not bullshit around here.
Let's. I mean, I'm cheap. Like, hey, anybody who's watching this,
I'm available.
I'm cheap. Pull out the checkbook. All right, give me a nice round number. I'm for sale. I'm a whore. I am for sale. SP3 may be the number one hooker on these streets, but I am a whore. I am for sale. I will shill for anything. I have no pride. Bring it on, damn it.
I won't argue that fact either, that he's the biggest whore in the world either. So there we go.
No, I'm the whore. He's the number one hooker.
Oh, hooker, whore. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm still going with the Creed brothers on
yeah, no, I just think the story is with I think the story is with that ultimatum that Roddy put out there. So I think they're going to go with figuring that have that kind of work out as the new storyline there.
I'm surprised Roddy's still with the company, but that's a conversation for another
it may not be for too much longer.
Got a home in AEW ready to go.
Here's how I see this play out long time. Roddy kicks them out. but then Damon turns on Roddy and kicks him out. And if Roddy's contract is up, this plays into perfect way of kicking him out the door. But I think Damon then sides with the Creeds eventually. And so then Damon and Ivy and the Creeds are the new Diamond Mine with not really a leader, or maybe even Ivy can be the leader because she stood up and spoken many times for that group. So I think that's the long-term play with all of this.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just imploded the whole damn thing, to be completely
It's
honest
good.
with
It's a
you.
good faction. I don't think it needs to be, but I think eventually Roddy's going to get kicked out because they realize he's the poison of that whole group. But in the short term, the Creeds are going to get kicked out, and they're going to figure things out going forward. After
Here's the thing: Diamond Mine has kind of been doomed from the get-go, like
right. I mean,
due to releases and bad booking and
Marina Shafir and Tyler. I mean, the original group sounded great. I mean, Tyler Rust is a good wrestler, and of course Marina Shafir, Roddy's wife. But hey, I still enjoy Diamond Mine now, and I think Damon Kemp has done a great job in the short time that he's been in the ring.
One of my favorite things on the entire show has been this North American Championship scene right now. Solo Sikoa got next. The question is, who is next? Is it going to be Cameron Grimes retaining his North American Championship, Jeremy? Or is Carmelo Hayes, to steal a line from R-Truth, going to get his baby back?
Man, Carmelo and Trick are hitting it on all cylinders right now. In the ring, out of the ring. There's a reason why they're on commentary all the time, because they're good on commentary. There's a reason why they're in the ring all the time, because they're good. There's got to be a call up here very soon. So I think Cameron Grimes is going to win just for the fact that I feel like there is a call up coming very soon for those two guys.
Whether it's a call up or whether it's a move up, and I mean to the NXT Championship picture. For Carmelo Hayes, he's due for a promotion of some sorts. Like, I think winning the North American Championship at this point for him, the way that NXT is supposed to work, right? I'll equate this to baseball. I think North American title picture is AA. NXT Championship picture is AAA. I think it's time to give Carmelo, at the very least, the call up from AA to AAA.
I say put him on the main roster and make them a tag team, challenge the Usos.
I mean, there is quite literally maybe 8 or 9 folks that I would bring up from NXT to stack and stuff the roster, especially on SmackDown, who they just need bodies right now.
How entertaining would that be, though? A feud with the Usos against Carmelo and Trick. I think that would be be a great
I'll take
feud.
fresh blood in the men's tag division. I'll take fresh blood in the women's tag team division. I'll take who are the most good looking dudes you got? Let's put them up there with Max Dupree and Maximum Male Models.
No. Dupree.
Oh yeah, excuse me, Max Dupree. I'm going with Cameron Grimes to retain here. I think he does drop the belt to Solo Sikoa, though. I already kind of tipped my hat on this one. I love Wendy Choo. I don't think she's the one that they're grooming to win the NXT Women's Championship. I think Mandy Rose finds a way to get this one done. I think Toxic Attraction is going to reign supreme for another night and another few weeks, at least here in NXT. Jeremy, maybe an upset in the works here. What are you thinking?
No, I don't think they're gonna completely void out Toxic Attraction all in one night. I did predict Caden and Casey or whatever, Katana. Casey. Yeah, I did predict that change, but I don't think Wendy Choo's the person to take it off of Mandy Rose. I think that woman is going to be Cora Jade, possibly, or Nikita Lyons, but then
or Roxanne. They have options.
Yeah, Roxanne winning, and that makes complete sense. You have Mandy Rose retain here, and then you got a perfect battle with Roxanne, who should win that breakout tournament. So then you get a perfect heel babyface matchup. Roxanne probably, she might be the one to take it off. I've been saying Cora Jade ever since the War Games, but maybe it is Roxanne, because she has been tremendous in the ring. She's so smooth for as young as she is, and they're putting a lot of vignettes behind her too. So but I'm gonna go Mandy Rose here, and then maybe Roxanne takes it off her very soon, because that Toxic Attraction, you can't, their time in NXT up. Sorry, Wade Barrett, but their time in NXT is very short.
Hey, who knows? Wade Barrett's time in NXT might be up here soon because there's a big stadium show in Cardiff that I think he should be wrestling on, but that's just me.
Oh,
Um,
man. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the other option here, and it all depends on her injury and her health. Right. It was, because Nikita Lyons is now out of the women's breakout tournament because she got hurt, freak training incident. They have been putting a lot into her. She ultimately could be the one to beat Mandy Rose, and Roxanne and Cora could take the tag team titles off of Toxic Attraction.
Yeah, I like that pair
Yeah.
of Roxanne and Cora.
Yeah, they work well with one another. They're two really, really. I mean, they are the epitome of what WWE wants in NXT right now as far as their women's division. They're young, talented, cute, and they're under what? They're both under 21. That's exactly what WWE wants.
I think Cora's 21 and I think Roxanne's 20.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what NXT is looking for. And sooner or later they may be up on the main roster. Within the next year or two. They still got some seasoning. All right, they're not main roster ready yet, but they could be up there both before they turn 23 years old.
Oh yeah,
which is exactly what WWE wants. Finally, our main event tonight. Don't know if we needed this rematch, but we're getting it anyway. It is Bron Breakker defending his NXT Championship against Bray Wyatt Jr., Joe Gacy. I'm kidding. I only bring it up because Sean Ross Sapp asked him about it, and he said, "No, damn it, I'm my own character." Sure.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, they haven't been booking you that way on this second part of this feud. That they booked Joe Gacy great leading up to the second rematch, the past month of his booking. I don't know what happened, but yeah, they tried to make him Bray Wyatt light, and it's not working. Whatever they were doing before,
and they're booking him like Bray Wyatt light because he keeps losing. So
right. But yeah, I mean, they were doing great with him, and now they took a wrong turn, and they've lost me on him. I still like him; he's a great talent. They threw this stipulation. The only way this makes sense is they had to throw that stipulation in, but yeah, absolutely not. Bron Breakker's retaining.
Do we find out who's under the cloaks this evening?
I think it's GYV.
That seems to be the leading bet. From a lot of people is that it's going to be grizzled young veterans that are under the club. I don't know how they fit with Joe Gacy, but okay. I mean, I don't know who else it could be, to be honest with you. I mean,
yeah, it's not Fabian Eichner because we know who he is going to be.
So. Yeah, that was a cool vignette. But what do they call it? What do they call his name? The new name again?
Vinny Vici or something like that.
Yeah. Well, no, I think. Damn it.
I think it's Vinny Vici.
Vinny Vici?
Yeah, but yeah, it's Giovanni Vinci. Giovanni.
Yeah, that's what it is. Giovanni Vinci.
Giovanni Vinci.
I like it. It rolls off the tongue. He's gonna be with Tony D. He's gonna be with Tony D soon.
You think so?
He's gonna be the new muscle for Tony D. I called that one like weeks ago, so that's what I want to actually happen. It's just one of those things I'm trying.
Maybe he turns the tide for. Maybe he turns the tide for Tony D on Saturday.
It's possible. Gotta keep
then
it all.
You got a 7-man stable. Holy crap!
Gotta keep it all in the fable.
Hey,
who's gonna have more? Who's gonna have more members? This
who's got the panache? Who's got the panache?
More factions. Who's gonna have more people on their faction? Judgment Day or the Family? Which one? We'll see. It's an arms race going on right now. That could be your huge matchup. Think about it. Let's inflate them both up to 8 and then set that up for Survivor Series. Boom.
There you go.
I like it.
War games.
Blood and guts. Short but sweet. Short card should be a good show tonight. Hell in a Cell should be a good show. Myself and SP3, we will be back at 2:15 on Monday live. I said live here on Bleav in Pro Wrestling to break down all the newsworthy stuff that happens over the weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the show. Check out the Hell in a Cell preview show with Connor Casey from comicbook.com. That's up there right now. Check out my interview with Damian Priest. That is up. And I'll have something special also dropping tomorrow. CageSideSeats.com. My conversation with Miz and Maurice ahead of Miz and Mrs. Season 3. It's been a busy week. I'm going to go try and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. Jeremy, thank you so much.
See you Tuesday.
We'll talk to you guys. This is Bleav in Pro Wrestling Podcast brought to you by Bet Online.